So in honor of my 10th year of teaching, when I started back in June of 2011, I decided I'm going to share 10 tips that I've learned over the past 10 years of turning my side hustle music studio into my full time. So let's get started. So number one, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Keep everything you do simple, including your lesson planning, how you teach, even what you wear, how you communicate with parents, materials you use, and things like that. Keep everything that you do simple, and it will allow you to run your business simply. Number two, use material that you already have. You don't need to go out, buy a bunch of brand new stuff. You don't need to get new books or things like that, because you might pile up stuff that you don't even end up using. So use what you have, things like books and materials that you've used in college classes or even in high school. When I started teaching, I used the same books that I used in middle school with my first student. He was a middle school percussionist, so that allowed me to kind of recycle what I already had and not buy anything new. Number three is what I call the lesson plan sandwich. So this is where you start off your week by reviewing stuff that you did the last week for about 5 to 10-ish minutes. And then the middle part of your sandwich, the meat, is where you do the new material or maybe a continuation of the reviewed material, depending on what the student needs. And then you would end the lesson with a review of either the entire lesson or doing a separate activity or things like that. So review, new, and number three, the lesson plan sandwich. So this is where you would start off the lesson by reviewing things that you've gone over the last lesson. The middle part of the lesson is when you look at the new stuff. So this is where it would be the next lesson in the book and things like that. And then you would close the lesson, the last part of the lesson, with a review of the day or doing an activity or a game or things like that. Number four, utilize websites where you can get material for free. So these are things like if you would go to Google and type up free piano games or chord sheets or scale sheets for piano or things like that. Teachers Pay Teachers. There's a ton of stuff on Teachers Pay Teachers that you could download and use in your lessons for free. So utilize the heck out of those. And then all you have to do is worry about printing them or putting them into Google Drive and sharing those with your students. Number five, and this is one that I've learned over time, writing out your policies and sticking to them. So this is anywhere from when and how your parents and students can communicate with you, how you get paid, how much you get paid, do you hold concerts, do you give makeup lessons, do you do reschedules, things like that. So writing out a policy list and sticking to it. Like for part two.